long way. I think especially if we look at like 2019, DreamHack Dallas coming out a champion in that department and still sticking around in the scene, making a name for himself, turning a profit for himself too, and paying off, well, a lot of those, you know, life expenses too. It's a lifestyle. The Brawl brain, of course, in full force. And looking at the predictions, it's not looking too hopeful for the Untamable Beast. I don't think it's really this dark though.
Not dark. I don't think so as well. When you see a 97-3 differential, it is important for me to tag that that's where people are voting, not how split the matchup is. And while Tribe Gaming is definitely the top card, I don't think it's that lopsided. Picks and bans are out. No Ash, which is one of the more favorite brawlers in this region, and no Meg, which is Meg. So first pick is Colonel Ruffs, the dog man.
Yeah, I love seeing the Colonel Ruffs in here. Just on this map in general, I think it also is pretty good at countering out a good number of things. Seems like Untamable Beast, they really don't like the stew either, which is one of those brawlers that does get countered out by Colonel Ruffs, but there are plenty of other things that this first pick deals with. Tribe Gaming, though, they do have to commit to a mid here if they want to be able to make full utilization of their last pick. They'll go ahead and pick that Gene, then follow things up with the Rico. And we know how scary literally every single one of these players can be on the Rico lane on this map. It's just one of those things that goes together with Hard Rock Mine like bread and butter. Rico's so good on this map, so we'll see how Untamable Beasts respond. It's going to be a tough lane to fight.
I like how you mentioned all three of these players are kind of dirty on the Rico. I think that's the same thing with the Stu, is that Stu's just a brawler that, listen, if you're good, you play him real well. And Ash comes, oh, it's an RT ban. My mistake, friends. Quick look at the bans. Incorrect, and Alec locks in the Ash. I just assumed they'd be banning the Ash. Oh well. Hard Rock Mine features the thick boy.
This is totally true. I mean, one thick boy out of here is 8-bit, which is a little sad to see go. We'll see Untamable Beast get rid of that one, but it totally makes sense here that you would be, you know, getting rid of some of these prime tank counters if you're going to be picking one for yourself. Tribe Gaming, they're forced to respond by picking a tank counter. Surge is so good at this, but really here's the way you play this matchup. They picked that Colonel Ruffs really early on. It's, I think, quite clear that they were anticipating a possible Surge pick on the enemy side. Another thing is that by picking the Ash on their side, also notably not banning it, they planned to have this go down. They have denied really the true potential of having a last pick on your side where you get to pick that ultimate counter pick. So I like the draft for an Untamable Beast. It looks like it went pretty much exactly how they wanted it to. But Tribe Gaming has it on lock in the mechanics department.
Yeah, I love the B selection there as well, kind of just taking one last kind of tank jabber away. Mid control. Looks like it's Reds, but it's not that cut and dry. Tyrant's pushed out a little bit, but second best still can't get in there. So good presence by Islivy to kind of push this mid laner second best out. And honestly, Tyrant trying to step up might have a better shot at grabbing these grabs too.
Good stuff for both sides so far. Good number of gems acquired, but Untamable Beasts are playing this one very surgically. They kind of are in the driver's seat in this department, unless they lose track of these lanes. We'll see Zulan sort of swap over to the left. His ideal matchup is versus Alec 26. That's a brawler that he counters. And now switching over to the right side, it looks like, nope, over to the left. It's so complicated to switch lanes as Surge in the early game if you don't have a super. He's so slow. Big pull, though, on the right side. Alec 26 falls. Zulan gets a free super out of that. And now Tribe Gaming get to start walking over this mid area with Islivy falling.
Was the Zulan super was the Zulan super reason enough for that pull? Because wouldn't you look for the gem carrier?
This is totally true. There's just no reason to go for a pull on second best because he gets to throw down that Honey Molasses and he has plenty of time to react since he's staying at just the edge of your range. It's a tough matchup here for Tyrant to pull the mid laner, so he's going to have to go for those side lanes and try and help out his teammates to win those individual matchups.
All right, now Tribe Gaming 2 away from the countdown. Ultimately, it's pretty even as far as mid control is concerned. Alec gets pulled, tries to get away. Mid lane's popped, so is Alec. All three players down. Zulan's gonna zone up for the squad with 16 gems in Tyrant's pocket. 12 seconds to go before the dub.
Islivy, Tyrant, very secured all the way in their own ramparts. Tooney trying to push up second, looking for much of the same. The Protesto, really the logo of this team coming out, but no win to match. Tribe game, entire game, and see where it goes from there. They tried to play it the old-fashioned way, and they were outmatched on basically every lane here. They might opt to take a different strategy in this next one, or see if they can brute force it.
Alec inching up early, and the Rico doing a good job of dealing with him, and popped by Tyrant. That said, Untamable Beast kind of stepped forward, win the left lane matchup as well, and scoop up 4 gems just like that.
Good start for Untamable Beast. It's going to be tough for them to maintain this, as Zulon is pushing up versus Alec 26. Tyrant also trying to chime in. Here comes a big pull of free super for Zulon. It's already the exact same cycle that we saw in the last game. Tyrant, he's not going for the pull on Toonie or second best. They have a way of blocking the pull, but versus an Ashe without a super, you're absolutely defenseless. Pulling them right into Zulon's clutches is basically a death sentence for any tank. The Zulon might have gotten a little overzealous. Here it comes, big combo, a pinch on the left side, and now Untamable Beast get to start sort of engulfing these backlines, especially Alec 26 as he tries to disrupt things. Not going to be taken down quite yet. A good position for Untamable Beast, though. They just need one more gem.
Zulon versus Alec, and Alec is doing a great job here of just zoning out the opposition. Zulon can't get involved in the mid because he's got to worry about this Ashe. Nobody's paying attention, and because of that, Untamable Beast have mid control. They've got the countdown, and it looks like they've got themselves a game 3 here in our first set of the...
And it kind of stinks that you got to learn a lesson that way, but they do have a bit of a safety net. They can still sort of take things back here. It is all tied up, though. Untamable Beasts are just as close to taking the set as Tribar.
I really liked Alec's performance in that last one. His job as the tank, sometimes you usually, I think it's really easy to say, yeah, the tank goes in mid and kind of pushes players out to allow gem grab. No, Alec just went backline and sat there and demanded people pay attention while the rest of his team robbed the bank. Really, really cool kind of positioning coming out from the tank player there.
And it's really one of the paradigms that makes Ashe one of the best brawlers on this map. You're able to get into those enemy defenses and completely disrupt things. It's not really even about playing lanes there. If you completely disrupt the enemy side, then they're all forced out of position. And then Untamable Beasts get to reap the rewards. But Zulon's playing hyper-aggressive this time, but he's getting so much value already. Pushing backwards, Toonie forced to that back left. Alec 26 and a 2-man pinch. There's just no escape from this. Untamable Beasts try to pick up the pieces, but Tribe Gaming have already gotten a decent lead.
Yeah, definitely, and Tribe's just going to continue that big pull out of the Gene that has us tied up at 5. So a lot of work just to kind of keep things neutral. As the gems are popping out here, Untamable Beasts can't grab it, but neither can Tribe, with Alec lurking on the side. Zulon jumps on him, wins, and because of that, it's not a 3-on-2, because it's Livy pushed out by Toonie on the bottom side.
Still comeback potential for Untamable Beast, so it's just going to be very, very difficult. They're already at a decent deficit. Big pull on the right side, combo in from Zulon. He's got that level 4. Whole lot of damage, whole lot of range to work with, and so much speed as Livy with the takedown on the left. And second best forced all the way back to the respawn. It just doesn't really seem like there's a comeback potential here for Untamable Beast. Alec 26 can try and push up, but he's countered out by the left and the right lanes. Tyrant safe and sound all the way at the back. There's just no way for Untamable Beast to get back here unless they really grit their teeth and get down to it. Alec 26 tries to circle around the back. Tyrant's pretty lit up, but there's not enough time for Alec 26 to make it over there. Tyrant with that final...
Just zoning. His job isn't to do damage all the time. His job is to take up space. Sometimes that's by way of dealing damage, but if you're just playing back and forth against the barrel, it's all good. So play the objective, but you got to find the win. Tribe Gaming one in the pocket. Now looking towards Heist. And the picks and bans are here. And the Dynamite has been banned, and the Nita has been first picked. Welcome to your 2023 monthly finals.
Yeah, and welcome to North America, too. We get to see a bit of wackiness up here from time to time, but I'm sort of curious as to where exactly this Nita is going to fall into place. One of the big things that stands out to me is they have gotten rid of a thrower that can hard counter in a lot of ways. Barley is another brawler that would be fairly good versus Nita. I think another thing that Untamable Beasts are considering here is that, once again, Tribe Gaming have that last pick, and they don't want to get dominated by something that gets all up over their safe, something that dominates in close range. So pretty wise for Untamable Beasts to be forward-thinking like that. Is Nita the way? I guess we'll find out if they actually manage to win with it or not.
I mean, we've seen a little bit of Nita internationally. I think we've seen Nita in Heist before. If you're going to pick Nita, Heist is kind of a nice spot to really be playing her. Map dependent for sure. We'll take a look at Hot Potato specifically, but also don't forget the recent buff, 20% extra damage out of the bear. So certainly a reason to look is what I'm going to drive home there. Yes, I'm a fan. I think it's a nice pick. But paired up with the bell and the penny, a lot of everything here. So you've got the turret, you've got some up close and personal with the bear lady, and then of course long range nonsense out of Bell. I don't hate this draft.
Me neither. I mean, well, okay. I love it from the perspective that we get to see Nita on the screen, one of my favorite brawlers to watch in this game, and Toonie, simply one of the best tank players, if not the best in North America, at the helm of this brawler. It's going to be an absolute treat to watch. My main concern, though, is just that, yeah, I can get pretty outranged, and yeah, here comes Tribe Gaming with the last viable thrower, but also, where exactly is this going to find value? You will be able to get good area control. You'll also be able to take down those penny turrets quite effectively since she has good range. It's just not very good DPS, so if a bear gets down, it could be quite troublesome for Tribe Gaming.
I like the Willow pick for no statistical reason. I just want to see Willow played. Gotcha. That's it. That's the whole reason. But for real, I am excited to kind of check this out and check it out from Tribe Gaming's perspective also. I think when it comes down to Hot Potato, this is a map that will allow a lot of the nonsense in the mid. So I'm here for the Nita pick, and Alec is using the objectively correct skin of Shiba Nita. So, of course, this character is just, can you get that super or not? Zulon's going to use the range and the curveball against her. So I like this right side matchup for Tribe Gaming.
Yeah. It's going to be very difficult for Alec26 to fight this one. We'll see if Zulon's going to falter at all. Toonie on the left side, though, has managed to push through. Tyrant also dispelling things at mid. Has that speed at the ready as Livy also trying to defend things in close range versus Toonie. Not having a whole lot of luck. Still take down with the poison damage, and Zulon getting some chip damage on that save. We're not seeing a whole lot of huge damage dealers like we typically see in Heist. Really, the only exception to that would be Toonie on this penny. He needs to reliably get up that turret, though. As Livy also on the left side has his turret at the ready. Ouch, takedown at mid. Now, this could be the opportunity for Tribe to push things forward, but Untamable Beast keep this aggression moving forward. And while they are dying quite a bit, they're keeping the line of scrimmage at mid.
Alec made the lane swap from the right, went mid, had a lot of success, went left, and immediately got killed by his Livy. And that opens the door for the left side push. So far, Tribe Gaming doing 30+%. Untamable Beasts just under 20. And Alec trying to change that, but can't and won't. The rest of Tribe standing strong. About a minute to go here, ready. And the lead in Tribe's hand, but I'm not sure this one's over.
Now, well, if Zulon manages to punch through on the right side, it could be difficult. Here comes the bear down with the faux fur. Zulon has to get rid of this. Alec26 continues to push through. Tyrant may be taken down, as Livy also has this super he can use to get a bit of bonus damage, but he's not going to just yet. Easy takedown to Alec26, and they're just playing for control. They have this lead. Don't want to let it go, as Livy's still going to go for something here, though. He might go for that control on a Toonie, but second best comes in with a pinch. It's an easy kill for him. Tyrant also pushing forward. Easy kill at mid, and a little bit more chip damage in on the save. It's not over yet for Untamable Beast, but they are operating at a huge deficit.
Love the turnaround there from Willow. Edge Livy did die, but wound up trading out, which is super important so that the kill doesn't lead to any damage. Tribe's still only 25% done on theirs as they continue to wreak havoc across the way. 7 seconds to go. That's about it. Untamable Beasts watch as their safe is a
little disappointing from a viewer perspective, but I completely understand from a competitive perspective, right? You're basically playing like a longer range party that has a bit less DPS and doesn't have that super that gets you a ton of zone control. There's Livy, though, over here on the left side, cornering in Alec26. It's the optimal lane for him, really, since there's nothing that Alec can do versus Will as long as she has those walls up. And even if she didn't, it would be so close, or rather so difficult to get close. First off, Tribe Gaming getting those entry frags. Bit of damage in on that safe too. Nothing huge yet. But with the speed coming in, Zulon could wreak havoc.
Tyrant just winning in the mid lane. Great shade over from Alec, but he can't make it happen. That's exactly the rotation he needed to make. But as Livy steps up, takes down his lane opponent, and finds the kill real quick, allowing Tribe Gaming to step up. Get a quick 31% done. Easy.
They sure do make it look easy. Untamable Beasts are also feeling a lot of the pain. Here comes Zealon, perfect placement over here. Lots and lots of damage on that safe. And does end up getting taken down as everyone respawns, but it's a huge, huge amount that he contributed. 12% there, and Tribe Gaming still decided 100% on their safety. Starting to play control, though, trying to push things back. Slippy not quite able to shut down that turret, so he's going to have to basically play versus two brawlers at once. Big action on the right side, too, as Alec26 and Second Best get a takedown. They finally get to focus in on this safe. Alec26 also takedown on the right side. This could be good for Untamable Beast as we dip below a minute on the clock. They have gotten that first bit of damage on the safe.
Big window open, but not a lot of damage dealt. Alec, the second bear of the game, better than the first one, but not by much. Second Best kind of watched Bruce get taken down by Zulon. And now mid and left lane pushing forward by Untamable Beasts. Alec kept at bay, which is the worst situation for Untamable Beasts. And Tyrant says go. Max speed is activated and is living on the left-hand side. Nobody to deal with him. Just going for the safe. Right side, Alec dies as well to the spike. And it's just big, heavy damage here, ready, set. 15 seconds to go. I don't think Untamable Beasts are going to be able to match Tribe's 29% left.
It's not probable, and it might not even be possible either. Second Best's going to give it his all and get a bit more damage in there, but it's just not even close. Another Protesto down from the guy, but it's
times in total for the boys. And so because of that, we move on to Hot Zone. Two big ones for Tribe Gaming. One away from taking it and going to finals. We're doing Ring of Fire right now. We'll do Ball, Backyard Brawl, and Knockout out in the open if we get any victories from the Untamable Beasts. But for now, Tribe's vibing like those crocodiles. Just chilling, man. Moisturized and in their zone.
in their zone, and, well, that's another kind of descriptor I would use to describe Untamable Beasts, or at least what I would expect from them this time. I really do expect them to have a pretty strong presence in the mid, capturing that objective this time, because even though, like, in spite of those stats that we saw post-set in the last one, Untamable Beast still had a formidable presence at mid. They were dying repeatedly, yes, but by and large, they were keeping the fight at mid and didn't have their safe taken down, not all the way down to 0 at least. So we'll see if Tribe Gaming are able to grapple with this one. Tribe are much more of control players. I'd say they're a bit more prone to, yes, playing for control, yes, getting more kills, but not getting that capture on the zone. B, I think, is going to be a brilliant tool for establishing the control, but it's another one of those brawlers that I can very much see staying off of the zone for a long time, since she operates at peak performance at max range, which does not put her on the zone.
First pick Penny for Untamable Beasts. Immediately like this better than the Nita. Not specifically with Brawl, but as far as, not specifically Brawler overall, although probably yes as well, but also just the science of the selection. First pick Nita, like you said, you're going to be asking for some counters. First pick Penny, doesn't really tell anybody else. Doesn't really tell anything. Amber and B across the way. Tribe Gaming taking Ring of Fire literally here.
I mean, this is totally true. I think that Amber is... I want to just sit back and just, like, watch her do her thing. Because here's the deal. She has this new gear that slows down enemy brawlers by 20% as long as they're inside of her fire fuel. That's it. It's just a passive ability. That means that an Amber can throw down a super on a lane that she decides to not play for the entire game, never burn it up, and just let that teammate playing that lane fight versus a slowed down enemy for the whole game. It's really, really strong if you can play it correctly. Untamable Beasts have a tall task on their hands of countering out the Amber. The Crow is an absolute classic way of doing that. And if Alec26 is on the Crow, then I'm excited to see this in action. But still, try to have one more brawler that they can use to accent all of this.
Always a fan of Gus paired up with an assassin. You give a backline diver a shield, and that's just frightening. So a nice look there for the Gus. Immediately, I like this comp better on the side of Untamable Beasts than their last go-around. And Tribe Gaming bringing exactly what you want to the table. This is the composition that you kind of want for any real hot zone, in my opinion. You've got giant area denial, and giant area denial combined with long-range damage. the B was the last one. But realistically, man, there's going to be so much garbage on the point that Untamable Beasts are going to have a hard time safely standing on anything.
Yeah, so hard agree here, and I think another thing worth drawing attention to is that this Mr. P pick here from Zulon is going to be good for taking down the turret that Tuni throws down. There's not an effective way of firing over the walls unless it's, you know, Tyrant throwing that oil, but it's probably better for him to actually throw that oil on the left side and then rotate over to the right. I mean, look, I'm no coach, but it could work pretty well. Could be the slow coming in at mid. Yeah, here's Alec26 slowed down, and as Libby's going to try and reap the profits of this, consistently lining up the shots, but Second Best still seems to have some good dodges in here, and the Untamable Beasts actually are taking this early game lead. Or not. Let's try Gaming fire back. I made that call a little too early.
Yeah, it was Tyrant winning on the left-hand side that allowed everything to open up here for Tribe Gaming. 21 and counting now, as is Libby positioned on the point. Zulon on the right-hand side. Tyrant is just being a nuisance. No more bushes, no more life. Everyone's slowed in the middle. Amber is going nuts, but really it's Tyrant that's playing. But Untamable Beast just avoid the Amber player, push the right side, and try to win that way.
Tyrant now expending that last gadget, also throwing down some slow, burning up Alec26, taken down. Tuni on the right side also has a super that he can work with, has a gadget. Zulon closing in. Yeah, a bit of discovery of each other in those bushes. Zulon gets a last laugh, take down, and throws down the turret. It's really tough for Untamable Beast to grapple back and get any kind of control here. Tuni will assist, throwing down his turret on the left side, but I don't really see Untamable Beast bringing this one back.
This is toxic, man. This is toxic. Tyrants just... And see, this is the thing that we're seeing out of these Amber players! He finally lights it up! He dies for it. Oh, I was just about to bring up how you just use half of your super. You don't actually light it on fire because you're looking for the space control. But there he does, lights it up. Untamable Beast can't contend. 35% for them, and sort of counting, but I think their positioning on the point ready is a little fleeting.
Certainly is, as they're running out of gadgets here, especially Tuni. No more salty barrels left, a little slow action in here. No one contacted with it, and in fact, Untamable Beasts are dodging so effectively that they could get pinched. Here's Tuni falling on the left side. Second Best is up next, does manage to throw that shield on himself, but it's just temporary. Tribe Gaming get that team kill, and Tuni not going to be able to ameliorate any of this. Tribe Gaming take the game.
Players kind of decide how long, like, how much oil to leave on the ground versus when you actually light it up and say go. That's going to be fun to watch for sure. And the Mr. P, man, obviously kind of taken to deal with Penny Turret, but also just providing good damage. Zulon's out here just being weird.
Exactly, like being weird. Like, it goes beyond just the Mr. P and what his kit is specifically, but also Tribe Gaming sort of playing outside of what they usually would. I think they've really broken things down and analyzed, you know, what helps another top team in this region, especially after the last land, what propels them to the forefront of the meta, and picking up some of these brawlers. Yes, you have to learn from other players within your region, even if you're a top player. And they're doing that so effectively. Tyrant, of course, on the Amber, also just playing a brawler that he's comfortable on, that has also gotten a recent buff, is just a great thing for Tribe Gaming as a whole that's, you know, not within their control. The balance changes are not within their control, but they have managed to get a good bit of control at mid. Untamable Beasts are firmly pushing back, though.
Well, that's part of it. I mean, dealing with the variance. Right now, a little bit of variance in our gameplay as Untamable Beasts find the lead, and for the first time, all set pretty much. But quickly, Second Best find himself teammate-less. But here comes Tuni. Nice kill on as Livy. That's going to open things up a heck of a lot. Alec even follows up. Get on the point, boys. Untamable Beasts. They are gaming right now. And they're opening themselves up for some W's.
It's hard to precisely pinpoint what is working so much better for Untamable Beasts here, but it seems like from a top-down perspective, Tyrant is having a much more difficult game this time. He hasn't been reliably getting those supers out, but he is getting a kill, getting another super, and just as I say that, they might actually get this comeback. 92% so far captured for Untamable Beasts. It's just got to be a good, solid push in from them. They have plenty of time to do so. Take down on the right side, Alec26 gets to heal up from the Ghost 2. Second Best now entering as Livy, trying to do his his best to keep things off, but second best in Alligator from the right. It's a comeback, a take.
Time around. I think it was right in game 1, and I think it was wrong in game 2. I don't think that's why they lost Gretty, but that is going to be a big playing point of this character for sure. And so that's, my eyes are all over this super and how Tyrant utilizes it, because I think it's a big impactful point in this matchup.
Not only that, but who's playing on his lane? We saw just that. Alec26 is going to get taken down, little parting shot there, but now Tyrant is out of a super that could have been used for burning up more bushes or for getting some slow out here. We'll be returning back to the battlefield a bit faster. Here comes a Gadget in the left side, trying to auto-aim down Alec26. Could get the last laugh. Alec avoiding all that burning and getting the lane victory. Second best, much of the same with some slick dodges versus Eslivy. Now Toonie able to push up on the right side with that shield active. Great prudence from Untamable Beast as they match up Toonie on Zulon, knowing that he can pierce through a lot of these enemies. So Eslivy and Zulon getting good pinch. This is the teamwork that we gotta see. It's gonna probably put Tribe Gaming back on the hot zone here. Still got to get past second best's pretty slimy dodges.
Well, Alec and Tyrant, the matchup goes the way of Tyrant by way of second best. Those assists are really what's making UB work out. Alec has been the large, I think Alec's success has been the biggest difference here for Untamable Beasts in game 2 and now in game 3. The Crow has just been confirming these kills, and it's so important to get these guys off the field rather than just pushed out. 75 to 30% at the moment, Tribe Gaming on the point, but Untamable Beasts on the lead.
Tribe Gaming starting to push back though. Second best is staying just out of range on the opposing side. A Protesto down from the guy too. Toonie also holding onto that super pretty securely. Take down the left side as Alec26 falls. Tyrant now gets to push up. With that slowing down, it's going to be so dangerous for second best to try and push in and stay alive. That said, really just one push is all that Untamable Beasts need in order to take a victory here and head into the following set. Tribe Gaming continue their assault on the left to take down to his Livy. Could be a death sentence though.
Troublesome. As Red are on the point now. 90% is hard to come back from. And just like that, mid lane gone. Zulon here, but the game, really, really big part of what allows his team to find this W, in my opinion. And we'll head on to set number 4, Brawl Ball. And again, we're going to knockout if the Beasts win this one as well. But they do have to get there. And so Brawl Ball on the docket. What are your thoughts as far as big picture compositions? What do you want to see?
I mean, you say big picture. I almost want to head directly into like the minute details. I want to see the Alec26 buzz, man. I really hope we get to see some of that stuff here. But still, a lot of other options in here. RT absolutely comes to mind. A brawler with essentially no counters, really. You get in close range of the guy, boom. He uses his super and hits you for 4,000 damage immediately. You want to play long range? Good luck, because he's going to follow up with a really high damaging shot if he's hit you for the first time. And that mark lasts for a very long time as well with the use of the super. Untamable Beasts, though, they have a few good brawlers in their arsenal already. This is a strong combo of the Gene and the Max, and it also sets them up for getting a pretty solid final pick, something that benefits a lot from the max speed.
It's also just so incredibly generic.
Yes.
Neither of these characters need somebody specific to help them out. Just Max goes fast on Brawl Ball, and Gene has the Gene hand, right? Like that's whatever last pick you need to pay attention to the enemy comp, to pay attention to what you guys are talking about. Maybe somebody's hand hurts and needs to play a different character. You have a completely open-ended draft here for Untamable Beasts. So we like that. Note in for production, RT is going to be joined here by Amber as we get the lock in there. Forgive our graphics for the moment. Third pick here for Tribe will be. That's the end of my sentence.
Oh.
Be. Get it?
To be or not to be is often a question we have to ask ourselves in the North American scene. And
we should both be fired.
It looks like Tribe Gaming went with, yeah, well, we'll never know which one they chose. Okay, but in all seriousness, Untamable Beasts, this is actually kind of a tall order for what they'll respond with. Buster is their selection. Okay, you know, love to see the Buster from time to time. He's also able to reflect a lot of damage, especially if we look into someone like Zulon, on this Amber, who I'm sure it will change hands. You know, maybe we'll see Tyrant pick up this Brawler instead. But that said, Alec 26 is going to be able to reflect a lot of the damage here. We could also see this Brawler change hands. Toonie is kind of the resident tank player on this roster. Whole lot of potential for counterplay here, but I would say that Tribe Gaming do have the advantage for the majority of this set.
Absolutely. And I really like Untamable Beasts. I think Tribe Gaming has, I agree with you. But Untamable Beasts have some real cute stuff going on here. I want to point out mainly the interaction with Max and Buster. If Buster's using slow-mo replay, I mean, getting the pull while sped up by Max is an oppressive combo. You just get eaten by that. And even if not, you're just getting chased down by Buster damage as well. So Tribe Gaming have a very traditional composition, but Untamable Beasts have some things kind of in their pocket for sure. Unless they just lose. Left side wins. Alec in trouble, gets pulled, but honestly, as Livy's kind of happy about it, respawns come in probably too soon. And yes, Zulon can. No, he can. Just the sheer perseverance to walk through all those players.
I was going to say, I think I found what they had in their pocket, but it wasn't quite what they wanted, right? Ball pocketed on their side. Now they try to shift the tide. Second best pushing up on the right side. 26 soon to follow. Takedown on the left as Toonie falls. As Livy and Zulon attempt to play defense. Good slow into Alec 26, also getting pinched around the left side. Fire down from Tyrant. Now Tribe Gaming get to bounce back. That was actually a splendid reaction to that push in from Max. Great reaction to that speed, which can often be really, really tough to weather.
That was a pro play. Like, give us the replay, please. Push up here from Tribe Gaming. As Alec trying to zone as Livy sticks him in the corner and sticks him in the ground. The rest of the team, though, in trouble as it's a 3-on-2 here after as Livy falls down, and the other two aren't really doing much. Ooh. Just kidding. Tyrant does it by himself. 1v2, v3, baby. Zulon gets the kill, but you know, this is why it's important not to stagger your deaths, or your kills rather, because Tyrant gets in there, but everybody dies after the fact, so the respawns come in and defense is good.
I call this guy best Amber NA for a very good reason, and we're seeing it really before our very eyes. Takedown to Alec 26 like it's nothing. And Tribe Gaming get to start pushing things back. If they get a super, they could actually aim this one right up the middle. Great pull in.
Is that what you want?
Does get taken down though. Second best also has that speed. This has got to be the hero play. Some kind of push in. No, almost looks impossible actually. 10 seconds left. Just no way of accessing that ball.
That's going to be it. Tribe Gaming here, 1 goal to none, and Tyrant just still doing it to the gear, and that's not what we saw here. We just saw Tyrant wrecking people with her basic attack, and that's just cool.
Exactly that. I mean, we're seeing sort of some of the talents of Tribe Gaming being drawn out by a minor meta shift, but it also goes to show just how huge these tiny, tiny changes to Brawlers can be. In this respect, it is a tiny change because we're not even really seeing him make use of it. He does try and get that slow on a second best. Looks like he'll still get the takedown. Toonie also at risk of falling. An easy pull on a Tyrant. Could secure him a kill, but he doesn't want to risk it just yet. Looking to utilize this for defense instead. And if second best manages to get a speed after a single kill, they might be able to push things to the other side to get a quick goal.
Grouping up against the Tyrant Amber is probably not the play, boys. And Untamable Beasts thought they were going to shift to the right lane, but that's not the case. Toonie looking for a pull on the Tyrant. Tyrant knows it, so he's pushing him away. Let's take a look at the other side as Zulon and Livy also have supers available. When are they going to make their move ready? Is it after that death? Is it after that death? Is it after that death? I think so. Goal open, and Tyrant's the one that scores.
Brilliant plays really from everyone on the roster, but my eyes are pretty much locked on Tyrant. This guy has been getting so much value for his team, and that there's a pretty good reason why he's also repeatedly getting pulled in by Toonie, who's looking to try and maybe shift over to that left side for that valuable pull. Second best does have a super though. Here it comes. Got to see a good pull in. Toonie gets that pull, take down into Tyrant, but Alec 26 also falls. Second best could go for the play. He's got to use this gadget, maybe a little bit early actually, as Livy is now able to defend this side. No more invincibility for you, and take down, no more life for you either. Sent back to the respawn, 35 seconds remain. Untameable Beast tried to maintain this offensive push, but it's just running out of steam.
Hesitation leads to devastation.
Oh, yeah.
You know, if Max goes in there and goes for it, maybe he gets the goal. But by sitting there and we watched that decision be made. And by taking time to make that choice, you have 0% chance. So Untamable Beast's kind of stuck in the mud here. Good pull in from Alec. Doesn't get the kill versus Zulon, and that might be it. If Big Z falls down there, I think Untamable Beast ties it up and brings us to an overtime. Instead, they do no such thing, and Tribe Gaming bring us to the finals.
Beautiful performance here from Tribe Gaming, and just about what we expected from the guys too, but it never... Is that guy still wearing a wristband? That's like from weeks ago, dude. That thing's gotta be nasty. You gotta take that off and hang that up on the wall with the rest of the decorations. Not to take any respect away from the champions here, though. They're going on to the grand finals with an amazing performance.
Great stuff. Tribe Gaming coming out here and playing.